I want to talk about the year of 2024. It's coming to an end. We are in December already. I don't know if all of you can believe it. I cannot. But it has been sort of a year of IPOs.
Yeah,
If you're looking at the
absolutely.
numbers, 1.5 lakh crore being raised from the public markets in the main board of NSE and BSE alone. 1.5 lakh crore rupees.
Crazy.
So that number is crazy. And I was looking into Vishal Megamart IPO. Then there's a MobiKwik IPO coming up as well. And I have this question. Hey, why is everyone getting into IPOs? Is it really interesting? Am I missing out on something? What do you guys think about this?
No, I was looking into some data and these data baffled me. I mean, after looking into this data, I'm like, why wouldn't people discuss about IPOs? Why wouldn't people have this craze towards investing in IPOs, right? I have some amazing numbers here. So the total number of IPOs in the year 2024 so far is 76. Out
Okay.
of the 76 IPOs, 59 IPOs actually gave listing gain.
Only in the main board.
Only in the main board. So number says that 75% of the entire IPOs which came out in 2024 actually gave listing gains. So then the question is, how much listing gains did it give? So the numbers again say that 20 IPOs out of the 59 ones which gave listing gains gave more than 40% listing gains.
Yeah.
That's
That's a good
crazy money.
stat.
So if you think about IPO, it is a quick way to make big money, and that too the entry barrier is very less.
Yeah.
You only need nearly 15,000 rupees to apply for an IPO, and if you get one, and the chances to apply are also so many, like 76 in a year, and if you get, there is a high chance that you can make 20-40% returns. So my question back to you is, why wouldn't people actually take part in IPOs?
But when you're getting so excited about just how many 76 total IPOs coming out in the main board,
Yeah.
there is also another world that exists where SME IPOs are coming
Absolutely,
in.
even that has been a craze this year,
Absolutely.
right?
Small and medium enterprises, right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
And you know how many IPOs that came from SME segment alone? There are 234 IPOs actually coming in. And out of that, surprisingly, 168 IPOs were profitable.
Listing
And
gains.
yes,
Okay.
listing gains. And the percentage comes out around 71%. And 115 stocks. 115 IPOs gave more than 40% returns. While you were mentioning there were just how many stocks? 20 stocks that given more than 40% returns. In SME segment, that is 115 stocks or 115 IPOs giving more than 40% returns. And looking at number, I mean, why wouldn't again people be interested in investing into IPOs again?
Exactly. So this is option trading of sorts. No, like
Yeah.
the entry barrier is very less. The money required is very less. You can definitely apply for as many. The money gets blocked in your bank account, but again, people are applying for all these IPOs, and if you get it, the probability to make big money is real. So yeah, people definitely. That's why the craze is there, right?
So I understood that IPOs are interesting. But my question here would be, how can I make money? Do I invest into everything blindly? What should be my strategy here?
No, I see people investing into all IPOs blindly, hoping for, hey, let me get any IPO. Even if I get some IPO, I'll make some money. But I don't think that approach is entirely correct. It shouldn't be blind investment. Again, it's the world of stock market, capital markets. You shouldn't be blindly operating. I strongly feel there is a framework to it. If you actually put in some amount of effort out of all these, I said 76 IPOs and 75% making money. There are 25% of these IPOs which are not doing good.
Absolutely.
So you shouldn't get trapped in bad IPOs as well. I have this famous stories of friends who got Paytm IPO.
Yeah.
They did not get any other IPO. Finally, they got Paytm IPO and they got trapped real bad. Your question is again, like, how do you invest into an IPO? How do you make sure that you're getting into the right company? So again, it's basics of stock market investing, right? I strongly believe number one, fundamental analysis. See, we talked about Vishal Megamart now. So we're trying to understand if the company is doing good. We look into its financials. How is it growing? What is the market like? Is there tailwind in the market? Is the macros saying good about the industry? So you do fundamental analysis, definitely good. Number two is this very famous gray market premium, right? So whenever there is an IPO around the corner, all YouTubers, all media start talking about gray market premium. So gray market premium is nothing but what people outside are paying for the unlisted share compared to the listing price.
So if I want to buy the shares before it is coming down to IPO, how much I would pay for someone who's already holding the shares, which is off market.
Correct, which is off market. So there will be a premium to it. So that
Yeah.
is a grey market premium.
Yeah.
So normally it is seen that you can simply do a Google search whenever an IPO is happening or gonna happen. You can do a simple Google search as to Vishal Megamart, for example. Vishal Megamart grey market premium, GMP, and you'll get to know what it is. And if it is higher than whatever is the proposed listing price, probability is high that you will get a listing gain. So that is another way of doing it. Another way, third way, which is very interesting, which is a statistical finding that we did, is that So whenever an IPO is doing, the subscription data of that is public.
Yeah.
How much is the retail subscription? How much is the institutional subscription as
Yeah.
well? So there, if you see that the institution subscription is nearly 40x.
Yeah.
That says that. So in the last year, 2024, if you see, whenever institutions subscription is 40x, that is oversubscribed for 40x, all of those IPOs gave listing gains.
Absolutely.
100% of IPOs gave listing gains when the institution subscription is oversubscribed by 40x. So I think that's also a good marker there.
That's a good marker. And by institution, you mean QIB category.
Yes, QIB category. So again, that is an information which is available. So if an IPO is live, by the last day of the listing, towards the end of the day, towards afternoon, evening, you can actually go to Google and search Vishal Mega Mart QIB subscription, and you'll get the data. If the number says 40x oversubscription, I think you can probably put your money. Again, not an advice. This is just data driven. In the last 1 year, this has happened. So yeah.
Absolutely. And like rightly you've said, right? So we have to do the basic fundamental check before, because we've seen that happening in the SME IPOs also,
Correct.
where there are no addresses to the company. There is no people working there. People come out with some random company IPOs and they are getting listed and people are making money. And later those shares are dumped and people lose money.
Correct.
So when you rightly mentioned about the QIB percentage, right? So this is where the retailers are so obsessed in getting into this IPOs and increase their probability. They'll try to get into this HNI category. So what is HNI category? So if you put in 2 lakhs of funds into taking an IPO, you are categorized into HNI.
Yeah, you can apply as an
You can apply as an
yeah.
HNI. And people feel because we are investing 2 lakhs, our probability of getting the IPO increases. But that is not the case. Actually, the odds are worst for the HNI category. In fact, if you actually go with the retailer quota, you will more likely get an IPO rather than putting into an HNI category.
Yeah, even I have seen the oversubscription numbers are much higher in the HNI category. So,
Yeah.
like you rightly said, your odds of getting the IPO is better if you apply as a retail. And that's where I think we have to come to the most important point here, because it's obvious to people that IPOs are easily accessible.
Yeah.
You just have to put in 15,000 rupees and there's a high chance that you can make money. It sounds like magic, right? It's a very easy thing to do. But
Yeah.
that is where the real problem is. The chances of getting an IPO is very less, right? I mean, we
Absolutely.
all have applied for multiple IPOs. We know friends and family
Yeah.
who's applying for IPOs, and viewers also applying to a lot of IPOs, but the chance of getting is very, very less. So, Ajay, is there any real practical tips with which we can increase our odds of getting an IPO?
So I'll answer that question with some numbers. So on average, if you're looking at the oversubscription numbers in the retail category, good IPOs are oversubscribed by at least 38x.
Yeah.
That means 1 out of 38 investors have the probability of getting their IPO.
That's
that is
very, very small.
Very less,
that is
yeah.
scarce, yeah.
2.5%.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right? And it is, what do you say? The more interest in the stock or in the IPO, the more listing gains it will give.
And the lesser odds of getting it. as well.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there is a catch as always, and this is what the number says.
And again, people try to increase their probability by themselves applying from their multiple
Yes.
different broking accounts.
Yes.
That doesn't work like that. So one small tip I would give is try to at least apply from different PAN accounts.
Correct.
So,
Every PAN is what is counted.
yeah,
Correct.
so maybe from one of your account, then one of your spouse's account, then one of your children's account, father's account. Maybe that might increase your probability, but again, everybody is doing that.
Yeah.
So your again probability is coming
Yeah,
down.
I think that's the only practical way to even attack it.
Absolutely,
right? So,
absolutely.
Given all this, given the year 2024 has been the year of IPOs, right? A
Absolutely.
lot of IPOs coming out and them giving great listing gains to people. 75% of the IPOs actually giving listing gains, and most of them giving even more than 40% profits. So, Ajay, what do you think? Is this trend here to stay? Will IPOs in the future also give profits?
Mostly IPOs happen in bull markets. And even if you're looking at this past year, a lot of IPOs happened because the market was really strong. There are certain exceptions like Swiggy, which came out in a bad market, still made money. So I think the only thing that you should be looking into are good fundamentals, QIB or institutional subscription above 40x, as
Yeah.
Sharik said, and good grey market premium. If that is there, I think we are good to go.
And if the luck plays out, yeah, right, like we said, the odd to win an IPO is just 2.5%. The probability is only 2.5%, and it even comes down if the IPO is even interesting and more people are interested. So, yeah, while there is a science to winning at IPOs and making money, the luck will also have to play out. Only then you will actually end up making money. Is
Absolutely,
also very,
absolutely.
very interesting.